back, and we're talking about prayer for judgment continues. And thinking back to our last video about the history of the prayer for judgment, we need to have a brief reminder that a prayer for judgment continued is always at the discretion of the court, meaning that a person can ask for a prayer for judgment continued, but it is up to the judge of that particular court that day to determine whether they are going to allow a prayer for judgment continued in your case. Now, that being said, there are other limitations to the use of a prayer for judgment continued, and those come in several areas, and we'll kind of walk through those as best we can. First and foremost, we have to understand that there are certain offenses that you cannot use a prayer for judgment continued on. And many of these are by statute, meaning that the laws of North Carolina indicate that a prayer for judgment cannot be used in this particular circumstance. And the one that we're going to drill in right now is speeds in excess of 25 miles per hour over the limit. That's going to be the charge that is going to affect our potential clients and people who receive citations in North Carolina most often in terms of when a PJC cannot be used. You cannot, by statute, use a prayer for judgment continued on speeds in excess of 25 miles an hour over the limit. Now, I want to back up a minute and just say that for the longest time, when I was coming up in traffic law here in North Carolina, there was a general rule of thumb in most counties that judges would not allow a prayer for judgment continued, a PJC, on speeds in excess of 20 miles an hour over the limit. But just to clarify, by law, they cannot be allowed on any speed in excess of 25 miles an hour. But in many counties, the judge will not even consider a PJC on a speed in excess of 20 miles an hour over the limit. So that's why it's very important to speak with an attorney before you make any decision about how you want to handle your case. And always consult with an attorney, because a PJC may not be, you may not be eligible for a PJC, even if by statute one could be sought.